Hello everybody, and welcome to a very special video. And the reason that this video is special is because as of today, the channel turns 1 year old. I have officially been doing this for 1 year now. June 27th, 2020 is the day that this channel was created. I actually can't remember what day my first video was uploaded, but we'll figure that out here in a few minutes. Pretty much for this little celebration video, I kind of wanted to do something a bit different. I want to go through each of my main series that I have done and kind of show off the world a little bit. And before actually showing the world, I want to show you guys the intro to the video. That way, as we can see through the series, or through, the different series that I've done, how much I've improved with my talking and everything. And I'm only going to show the intro from the first episode of each series. And I'm not going to be doing series that aren't Minecraft, just because Minecraft is kind of like the main focus of the channel currently. So we'll be starting off with my very first ever series and my first ever video, my original Minecraft Java Let's Play. And then we'll move on to my hardcore series that I did. And then I think from there it is the RTX series, and then I'm pretty sure after that we move straight into Helix Craft. So yeah, I'll be showing the first episode, or the intro from the first episode of each series, and then giving a little bit of a world tour type thing of, what I did in that series. Sadly, I will not be able to include a world tour of the first season of Helix Craft because I don't have access to that world currently. We haven't figured out the whole downloading, or other members downloading the world thing yet, so sadly I won't be able to do a world tour of that, but, it'll be included, and I'll jump onto the HelixCraft Season 2 server and kind of show what I've done so far. So yeah. But let's go ahead and get into it with the first ever series and first ever video that I did. Hello there everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Alright, so here we are in the first ever world that I ever started here on the YouTube channel. This series lasted 6 episodes, with the last episode only being 3 minutes long and me announcing the end of the series because I was kind of bored of it. I got really bored of it really quickly. I can't really remember exactly why. I think it's because I had too big of plans and I just wasn't sure how to execute those plans. But it started off with me building this little shack, and we continued on to build a little downstairs area of the shack, where I had my bedroom, my valuable chest, I had my mineshaft over here. I can't remember what that was supposed to be. I think I was building my bedroom. And then we had the start to an enchantment room, which didn't get very far. And then we have my storage room, and all of that stuff. So, I had quite a few blocks saved up from, everything that I've done. But I ultimately just kind of ended up ending the series pretty early on. Didn't really get a chance to do much. We made this little pathway, and then I built a little well over here, and tried to make a nice looking garden with a fence that was, broken and stuff. And then, the last thing I did on the series was breed these cows. So yeah, I ended the series after getting the cows, and I think I've come back on here one time for my 50th video, or no, 50 subscribers or something like that, maybe. I can't really remember. I just know I came back on this world recently. But yeah, this was my first ever Let's Play that didn't last very long. So yeah. And the next series that I did was my hardcore Let's Play, and that series went on for about 11 episodes before I decided to take a break from it because doing the RTX series kind of became my top priority, and I just kind of got bored of the hardcore thing a little bit. So I decided to take a little bit of a break from the series and just ultimately never really went back to it, which I kind of feel bad about because I did like the world, I did like the position we were in, but I feel like by now it's been way too long to really return to it, because it's been like, what, 6 months, I think, since I ended the series, or since I took a break from it. So I just kind of, you know, decided not to really go back to it. But hey, there may be a new hardcore series starting very soon that's live stream only, so, you know, just a little hint to that. But we will now get into the intro for that series, and I'll show you what I did in the world during that time. So I'll see you again when that's over. Hello everybody, and welcome to Minecraft. Okay, so here we are inside of my hardcore world. This series lasted 11 episodes, I think. I'm pretty sure. And then, like I said a minute ago, or what I said in the last clip that you saw, was that I decided to take a break from it, and then just kind of never came back. So, I spawned way over in that direction somewhere on an island, a very tiny island. I don't think it had any trees or anything. It was just a tiny island in the middle of the ocean. I boated all the way over here and walked quite a long distance. Like, I think I hit land somewhere way over there. But I ended up walking a long distance and kind of saw this area and instantly had an idea for what I could do for a starter base. And over here was where I was about to start all of my farms and everything, and that way there was a village, which I trapped some of the villagers in order to prep them for being brought over here for villager trading and everything, and potentially an iron farm. But I built the house over here. I had a little sugarcane farm going on. I had a bunch of trees planted for farming. Little pathway over here. Crop farm. And I made this little pillar here. That way it didn't just look like this is floating. And then we had my Mineshaft, which I don't know if I think I made it down to level 11, but I mined in there for quite a while. And I mined around here because I think I was trying to find where a bunch of mobs were coming from, because I kept hearing stuff. And I kind of made it just look like a little mine shaft on the outside. And then we kind of enter my house, which has a very bland front. But we go inside, and we have the entry room, which used to be what just the entire house was. It was just this little room. And then we continue digging back, and we have a kitchen here now. A little storage area. A enchantment area. And then we go up these stairs, and we have my bedroom. And I actually still like the view and everything from this. This looks nice. But yeah. So, I'm wanting to start a new hardcore survival series. And I'm wanting to do it in live stream only. But I'm kind of debating on whether I want to start an entirely new world, or if I just want to pick up where this one left off. And I'm kind of thinking I might start a new world. As much as I like this world, and as much as I like what I was doing with it and where else it could go, I think it would be best for me to just start a new world instead of trying to pick up where this left off. So, this world will always be here for us to come visit back with, or maybe even pick up the series again at some point. But I think for the new series, we will be starting new. But yeah, so this was my hardcore world. It's the second main series that I ever did, and kind of the reason why I ended my first Let's Play, because I started watching hardcore videos on YouTube and really wanted to do a series of my own. So yeah, this is the hardcore world. Well, I'll see you back in the studio thing. Yep, don't know how to end these clips. Okay, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed that little tour of the hardcore world, and sorry that I'm so bad at ending those clips. I just kind of run out of things to say and don't really know how to end it off, so yeah. But the next thing that we're going to move into is the series I started directly after the hardcore. I started my what's it called? RTX series. That is the next series that I started. And it went on for 26 episodes, I think. It is still the longest going series on my channel, with the most episodes in it. But I kind of ended the series a bit abruptly, because I just kind of got bored of it. I mean, the only really point in the series was to show off RTX. And I just kind of got bored of it. I still really like the world. I still kind of want to go back to it sometime and pick up the series again, because I have so many plans for it that I just didn't really do, but I've been putting so much time into HelixCraft that I just haven't really felt like playing that world, you know? Plus I have my Java Let's Play that I recently kind of started and only made it to episode 6 before I haven't uploaded again. But yeah, I've got a lot of series I kind of want to go back to. I need to start recording more often. So yeah, but we'll switch over to Bedrock Edition. I'm on Java currently, so I gotta load up Bedrock and do that. So the next time you see me, I'll probably be in my Bedrock studio area. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna load up Java again to just to make these clips. So here ends the Java portion, and we will move on to the thing. Yep. That's how I'm gonna end this clip. So see you there, I guess. Yep. Oh. Hello everybody, and welcome to the video. And here we are on the RTX World. This was my longest running series on the channel so far, and it's probably one of my favorite ones, honestly, because I really like the way the RTX looks, and I really do kind of regret abandoning the series. But I think I might go back to it one day. I really want to. Because it was just a lot of fun to do and everything. So I gotta find a time where I don't have much going on the channel and just kind of reboot the series. So yeah, let's give a little bit of a tour of the world. So this was my starter house, the first thing that I built in the series. I spawned somewhere over that direction where there was a village. It's an abandoned village. You can kind of see it through the trees just a little bit. Just right over there. But I walked over here and found this kind of open plain area. And I've done a lot of landscaping. It did not look this flat. I've changed a lot of land. You can kind of tell right there where I've dug up a bunch of grass layers. Kind of in preparation for future builds that never happened. But this is the starter house. I'm kind of proud of it. I like how it turned out. It's a lot bigger than most of the starter houses I usually make. And here's where we also saw the first appearance of Dog. So he is still sitting here, just, you know, waiting for me to come back. And, you know, he follows me to the Helix Craft series, so it's okay. He's not abandoned. But here's the inside of the house. I never really got a good storage room up and running, so I just have chests full of random stuff. And then a chest from my fishing adventures. And this is in here for some reason. So, yeah, that's cool. Also, other stuff that didn't come from fishing. I just started throwing stuff in this chest. But then we have all my furnaces and everything, and then we've got my valuable items chest. I got quite a few diamonds during this series. But, yeah. Got my valuable stuff over there. And then up here we have my bedroom, where I put a clock down. That way I could tell exactly when I need to go to bed, because sometimes it can be hard to tell in RTX. And then through here we just have an open, empty thing that I never ended up doing anything with. But I did have ideas for it, so who knows, maybe if the series comes back. If the series comes back, we'll do something with it. Not if the series comes back. But yeah, this is just, it's very small. I was planning on digging down here and making an underground storage room, but, you know, that never happened either. And then the second project we took on was the Mineshaft. And the first Mineshaft looked horrible. If you were around the channel when that happened, you may remember the first build I tried to do. And I just tore it down and did this. This looks so much better than what the first one was. But it goes all the way down to level 11 where, you know, diamond mining level is or was. I think it's different now with the new update, but that's okay. And the second project we took on was the barn. And it's probably one of the biggest projects I have done so far here on YouTube. I think the biggest one is my Season 1 Helix Craft house. The Season 2 one will be much bigger. But, yeah, this is one of the biggest projects that I've ever built here on YouTube, and it stores all of my animals. My cows, my chickens are over here. Got some sheep and the pigs. And then there was a way to go up here, and I was planning on having some storage up here too. And then you have like the little crane lift thingy that's always hanging out of barns. So yeah. The main source of food was cooked chicken and stuff because of how many chickens I had, so yeah. And I think the next project we took on was the farms, which are over here. Actually, this might not be the next one. The enchantment room might have been. Either way, this is one of the projects we took on. And my project after finishing the church over there was actually going to be a windmill on the hill right here. Which I have had designed for a while now. And it's just kind of sitting in a world being unused since I didn't build it here. Which is another reason why I want to bring back the series, because, you know, I have so many plans and just none of them happened, so it may return one day. But then over here, we have the little sugarcane farm, and then one of my favorite builds of the series was the enchantment room. And I really like it because of the way that the RTX works with glass. It just kind of reflects and everything. And the specific texture pack I have takes away all the texture of the glass. That way it's just the crystal-looking glass, and it lights up at night and looks really good. And down here we have lava, providing most of the lighting in here, and then the enchantment table. So yeah, I think this turned out really good. It's one of my favorite enchantment rooms I've ever built in a series. The next thing we build after that, as the sun kind of starts going down, I'll let it go down, that way I can show you that at night. But the next thing we built was the blacksmith shop. And this is going to be where all of the blacksmith villagers went, when I eventually got villagers. And never really did much of an interior, just a little fence area for them to sit in. And then a little door leading back out here to this. And yeah, I really like the way that this build turned out. It turned out a lot different than what the original plan was for it when I built it in creative. But I think it turned out better here. So, yeah. And then the final thing that we started building, and, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and show this one. The final thing we started building was, yeah, let's go to sleep real quick before a bunch of things spawn and kill me. But look how that looks at night. I think it looks really nice. I know the video quality isn't as good, so you won't be able to see the full extent of it, but I really like the glowing of everything with RTX. This looks really pretty. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to sleep real quick, that way I can continue the world tour without any major issues. Alright, here we go. And if I can get down the ladder. Okay, got to avoid the creepers. But yeah, so over here is the church project, and I only got like halfway done with it. Didn't get the roof or the steeple on it, but got the interior and didn't even get the carpet down yet, and I didn't finish placing the seats. Yeah, I got the little stage thing where the altar and everything would go, and yeah. Didn't get to finish it, but, you know, it'll be the first thing we finish if we ever come back to the series. So yeah. And now down this way, and I never got the chance to make a path to it, but we go through the woods over here. And I gotta kill this zombie. There we go, that happened really quickly. But over here through the woods we have this building. And this building was constructed this way to kind of remember the first ever Let's Play world where we first started. And I kind of wanted to make it look like that, and then look like a hole was broken in the floor, leading down to our nether portal. Which, this world has one of the worst nether spawns I have ever had in my time of playing Minecraft. So I will not be going in there. Also, I could never, one of the reasons why I kind of gave up on the series was because I could never find a nether fortress. I went exploring the nether and found like 3 bastions, I think it was, and never found a fortress. So, couldn't get the blaze rods to fight the ender dragon, and I just kind of had a lot of energy and motivation for the world taken out of me when that happened. So, yeah. But I really like the pathways. I like how the world was starting to come together, and this was eventually going to be a medieval village with a big wall around the entire thing, and a castle built somewhere that direction. But that never happened. Maybe it will happen one day if I ever bring the series back, which is a potential, and there's a creeper in my animal farm. That's cool. That's for future me to deal with if I ever come back. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this segment, and we'll get a look at my Bedrock Edition character in my little meeting room for that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so the next series that I did was Helix Craft. It started, I think, about halfway through the RTX World, or RTX series, and it's kind of what ended up ending the RTX series because I wanted to put full focus into the server. And I can't get onto the server to show you guys the world or anything like that, but what I can do is show you guys some of the concept builds that I made while planning out builds in the server. So let's go ahead and get to the first intro of the server and show you guys some of the planning that went into it. I'll talk to you guys when that's done. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Helix SMP. Okay, so we are here in my Bedrock testing world thing, and down there you can see the whole studio and all the practice builds for the barn and stuff like that, and the enchantment room for the RTX series, and that. But that's not what we're focusing on right now. We're focusing on HelixCraft, and all these buildings right around here, that's the windmill for the RTX series. Ignore that you see that. But all of this stuff here that you can see is stuff that I made for HelixCraft. And ignore some of the stuff that you see over there. That's kind of spoilers for future things that are to come. But yeah, so my first original design for my main base in HelixCraft was this. I actually built multiple stories of this building, and then decided that I didn't like it anymore and tore it all down and rebuilt something else. So, this was kind of the original thing that I decided to do, and this is all that I actually got built and planned out in the creative world. So yeah. There's not really much to see from that, but, you know, it's okay. And then over here we have me practicing landscaping for the big wall that we had kind of behind, or cliffside that we had behind the house. I put in way more detail into this than what I actually put in on the server, but that's because of time restraints and everything like that. But I do like how it turned out on the server. And then over here, you may remember that the beginning of the season, in the first season, I was planning on doing a redstone shop, and this was the first design for the redstone shop. It's way bigger, it has way more space, but I just never ended up actually, you know, building this one. Instead, I designed this shop. And this is actually what got built on the server and tore down because I decided I didn't want to do a redstone shop. And I think I even had a book here that was for like special orders. That way somebody could, like, you know, request certain items, and then I'd deliver it to their base and give them like a receipt telling me how much they owe me, and then they could put the payment here in this chest. And then all the items I actually sold were going to be surrounding it. But this got tore down in favor for me doing something else. And I also want to do a honey shop. And this was the first design for my honey shop in that season. But I never ended up actually building this. This build never really saw the light of day on YouTube. So that's a little sneak peek to, you know, kind of the build process of that. And then all the way over here, my big main base that I built in the series. This was the first concept design for the base, which I kind of feel like I should have gone with because it's a lot smaller and simpler than what I did, and probably would have looked better in the end with the time restraints that I had. So it's kind of similar where I had like the nether portal here, but instead there's going to be like a staircase going down to where the villagers were. instead of a back door. And then a little stairway leading up here, and there's going to be rooms and all that. So yeah, but this never really came to light. Instead, this happened. And this is a very unfinished version of the base, but you can see kind of how I pretty much did the exact same thing, just finished on the server. You see the walkway going to the 3 different things, and then stairway going up to where the rooms were, and then there was a hallway right here leading back. And we have the storage room, which I was trying to design a super smelter in the small little area and could never actually do. So yeah, that never happened either. Sorry about the coughs, my throat's starting to get dry. I've been recording for a while. But yeah, most of the stuff on the world you can ignore because it's just random stuff that I've been doing. But over here, you may remember that there was a casino built by 2 of the members on the server that are no longer members of the server. And I was going to tear down the casino and move it and kind of rebuild it in a way, but differently, kind of more in my style. And this was the original design for what I was going to do for it. I was going to build this and then have all of my shops inside of it, and then try to incorporate some type of gambling aspect to it, since it was originally, supposed to be a casino. But that never happened. Instead, we built this, and it had my honey shop, the honey pot, which I built a new version of in Helix Craft Season 2, but then I gave it away to Ace because he already had honey stuff set up because he forgot that I was the one that was going to do it this season, which is perfectly fine because I'm kind of working on some other stuff now. And let me just get a drink real quick. There we go. Okay. Now I can breathe. Here is Bones Plus. It was going to sell all my bones stuff. I don't think I ever made any sales on here. I know I made some sales here. And some sales here at, Leafy Greens. I sold some vines, towards the end of the season, which I don't think you guys saw on camera. But yeah, so there was Leafy Greens, and then here was a little redstone shop that I was going to set up, and then I don't think I've ever actually stocked. And here is what the casino turned into. Kind of a more faithful miniature recreation than what that was. But it kind of got built, and then we never really saw anything from it. So, yeah. Sorry if my voice sounds weird and everything. My throat's just feeling all kinds of weird for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much the only remnants that I currently have of Season 1 of HelixCraft is these little concept builds and everything like that. So, yeah, I will see you guys back at the little studio, and then we will get to current day on HelixCraft Season 2. Okay, so I know I said that I was going to jump straight into HelixCraft Season 2, but I forgot that I started a new Java series. We're going to get into looking at that world a little bit. Now, the series is not over, it will continue. It is kind of like a series that will go on forever. But I've kind of taken a small break from it while I focus on HelixCraft and some other things. Mostly, again, was Building Challenge, which I should probably include in this, too. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do that one, too. So, HelixCraft Season 2 will come up in a little bit. But, yeah. So, let's go ahead and jump into my current Java series. So, yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new series. This is going to be my Minecraft Java Edition Let's Play series. Okay, everyone, so we are here on my current Java Edition Let's Play. And it looks like the sun's just now coming up, so I'll have a little bit here. But, in this world, I spawned just over there, right in front of that portal. I think maybe in the forest a little bit, I can't remember. But we ran around a little bit, kind of looked for a good spot, and decided to settle right here. Here's my little tiny starter house, which I still have some stone cooking, and got a few resources in here, and my bed still. And we have a little animal farm over here. Lots of sheep and cows. I wanted to get that started as early as possible, that way mobs didn't despawn. or get killed and then never spawn again, because that's how it works on Java, I think. But then over here we have our little hobbit hole. And this is our actual starter base, because that one will be destroyed once this one's finished. And we go in here, and I haven't done any more work since the last episode that you guys saw. The last thing that was done was my bedroom. I think I might have done a little bit in here, I don't know, but this is going to be where the storage is going to go. And this is where the mineshaft and smelting area is going to go. So yeah, haven't really gotten to do too much more on this world because I've been too focused with HelixCraft and now Genwise building challenge. So I'm starting way too many series and stuff because I'm starting a new hardcore live stream series, so there's just a lot of things going on that I don't have time really to do. I do have time, but I just don't get the chance to do. So yeah. But yeah, that's all that's really been done on this world so far. There's much more to come. The series will continue. It's just not, happening as of right now. So yeah, see you back in the studio. Okay, and now for the second to last series for the video. Genwise Building Challenge, which is probably the newest series that I have started, but I want to go ahead and do that since I'm on Java right now, and I don't want to keep having to switch in between Bedrock Edition, Java Edition, which I have both of them open at the same time right now, which my computer's probably not too happy with since I have those both open and I'm recording. Sorry, computer. I apologize. I won't do this to you again. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and jump in and show you the two builds that I've done so far in that. I guess technically 3 since there's the starting area. But I'll show you that, and then we'll jump into HelixCraft Season 2, and then I'll see you right here back at this studio for the end of the video. So I'll see you guys in the Genwise Building Challenge world. Hello everybody, and welcome to Genwise Building Challenge. Okay, we are here on the Genwise Building Challenge world, and you can see here this is the starting podium, and this is where I get all of the build challenges from that my sister has written for me. I don't know what any of them are, so pretty much every time I get one out of there it's a surprise to me. I'm just kind of re-explaining the series in case anybody new that hasn't seen my channel before is seeing this video. But yeah, this was the first build of the series. It was Volcanic Cavern, that was my task. And I think I did a pretty good job of it. We just kind of go down here in this tunnel, and it gets darker to kind of hide some of the less detailed areas. Like you can see this roof, I just kind of gave up on detailing over here. So it gets dark to kind of conceal some of the undetailed areas, and then we get into the actual volcanic cavern, which I am pretty proud of how it turned out. I'm happy with myself because I did not think I could really do something like this, especially as fast as I did it. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. And then I'm not going to spend long in this world since the series is still new, and I think you guys should go check out the videos if you haven't. But this was actually the last video that I uploaded before this one goes up. The task was firebending. And I saw this and had no clue what I was going to do for the build. But I think it turned out pretty well. I just built myself with kind of Zuko's scar. If you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then go watch it. It's a great show. But I'm firebending, and I used glass to kind of do that, which I kind of like. So yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to show in this world right now. There's only been technically 3 episodes of the series, but the first one was just me talking about what the series is going to be, and 2 episodes of building. So yeah, I'll see you back in the studio where we will go into HelixCraft Season 2. So I will see you there. Okay, so now we are going to be getting to HelixCraft Season 2. This is still a very much ongoing series. We just added 2 new members to the server. And hopefully things are going to start picking up again. The server's been a little bit, you know, kind of dead recently. No, not many people have been on, but we're working on getting it back up there. So yeah, I am not going to be showing my starter base for the server, because that is about 1,000 block boat ride, and I don't feel like spending that long going on a boat ride just to show a 30-second clip of me looking at the house. So yeah, sorry about that. But I will show what I've been currently doing and everything. So yeah, I'll see you guys in HelixCraft Season 2 server. Hello everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of HelixCraft. Okay, so we are here on Season 2 of HelixCraft, and I'm on the actual server, because, you know, it's the current season still going. But yeah, this is my industrial island. It's the first island that I landed on when I came out here to where I'm setting up. I've done a lot of work to change the shape of the island, as you can probably tell. But yeah, so over here I've got my villager farm. It gives me plenty of villagers. I send them through this tube to where I give them their jobs. And then I have a mob farm here. On top of it is supposed to be a passive mob farm, but it does not work at all. So I think I'm going to tear down that part and rebuild it under here. That way it's lower to the ground. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But you can see my regular mob farm works okay. It's not the greatest, but it's enough for what I need for right now, I guess. Maybe I'll build a more efficient one someday. Over here's my cobblestone farm, which I actually designed myself, and I've been thinking of doing a tutorial video on it, because I've been doing a lot of testing with it to make sure it works on servers, and it does. Sometimes it breaks, but the way I have it set up, there are fail-safe buttons, so that if it breaks, you press a button and it kicks back in, goes back to working. So it's a pretty good design, I think. I'm pretty proud of myself for coming up with it, and maybe I'll do a tutorial on that. But then here are the zero-tick sugarcane farm things. Or not sugarcane. Seaweed. Kelp. That's what it's called. So this is the XP farm and all that. And then I have one for bone meal. Because I need a lot of bone meal for reasons. And yeah, and there's Dog sitting right here. He's happy as can be. And over here I have my little makeshift storage area and all that. I made it out of leaves, that way I didn't have to worry about lighting it up, and it was easy to tear down when I was done with it. So yeah, and then my lightning rod. So yeah, that's cool. Over here we have my llama boat. I'm gonna name this guy at some point, like to Genwise llama or something like that. That way nobody tries to kidnap him. But yeah, he is my boat pal. So yeah. But here is the house that I've built, little starter house. I'm nowhere near done with it. There's much work to do, but I haven't been on the server much to do it, and I've been working on other things when I am on the server. This little area where Dog is going to be sitting and looking out into the ocean at what I do and everything. There's the nether portal. I'm not going to be going into the nether. It's a lot safer nether than in some other worlds, but I just don't want to go into it. And this is the underground area, and my villager area, which I don't like my villagers. They have not been resetting their trades. I don't know why. I've been sitting here forever. I've taken them out of minecarts. I've done just about everything I can. So, in the next episode of this series, I'm actually just going to make a pit and shove them all in the pit, and then have all their workstations lined up. That way they can just run around freely and go to whichever workstation they end up connecting to. Because I think that these guys keep attaching themselves to other workstations for no reason. And there's a cat stuck up there. That is so sad. Anyway, here's my little makeshift storage area. I've got a ton of resources in here. You can see I've got 21 blocks of diamonds, plus 2, and then I have 18 wither skulls. That was a fun night. Yeah. And then I have a little enchantment area, and then my mine shafts are down there. And that's pretty much it so far. There's going to be a lot more that gets done over here, but for now it's just like this. And then the most recent project I've been working on, which has been hours and hours of work that will probably result in hours and hours of cleanup, because I have decided not to do it the way I'm doing it. But over here is my ocean monument, and I completely surrounded it with sand, and off camera I've been working on draining it. And I've gotten about this much of it drained. You know, this is hours of sand gathering. Like, this is multiple double chests full of sand probably in total that I have. And lots of hours of work draining and placing sand and mining sand and all that. And it was all for nothing because I've decided to just go ahead and keep the temple, build my base over top of it, and put the farms in and everything. So, yeah. Yep, hours of work for nothing, but that's the way I do things sometimes. So, I'm perfectly okay with it. It just means that it's going to be longer until my main base gets done. But I want to get the farm set up as soon as possible, though. That way Core Animal isn't the only one farming this stuff, and we can actually get our shop built. So, yeah. But other than my starter base that's like 1,000 blocks that way, which I will not be boating to, that's pretty much all I've done so far in this season, and there's much more to come. So, yeah. I will go ahead and wrap up this segment here. I'm going to head back to the Java studio area and kind of give the last message of the video and wrap it up. So I will see you guys there. Alright, and we are now all caught up on most of the series that I've done on the channel. Hopefully I was able to include all the intros and everything so that you guys can kind of see the progression of me talking in the videos throughout the past year. And yeah, so throughout this past year we started out with 0 subscribers, and the channel is now at 51 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. I actually didn't check how many views or anything I have on the channel, or that we have on the channel, before starting this, which I really should have, but, you know, that's okay. I think it was somewhere around 1,000 views so far on the channel, maybe 2,000, I can't really remember, but it's quite a few views. So, just thank you guys for all of the support over the past year. I know there's been a lot of offs and ons for the channel where I've just taken, or where I've kind of disappeared for a few weeks and then come back and all that, and hopefully that kind of stuff won't happen anymore. I want to be more consistent and be able to actually provide good content instead of just starting things and then ending them and then disappearing and then coming back with new things and disappearing again, and, you know. I really want to get better at doing this, so hopefully this video with all the editing and everything that I'm doing is kind of the first step towards becoming a better YouTuber. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, the channel continues to grow. Thank you all for supporting it over the year. We're still on track to that 100 subscriber by the end of the year goal, so who knows, maybe that'll happen. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here with, you know, everything that I've said. Sorry if this video is really long, too, and there's a lot that I wanted to do for it. So, yeah, thank you guys for all the support for my first year here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll continue to grow, and hopefully you guys will continue to be here with me. So, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.